Taurus of Brazil launched the Taurus 58, a high-capacity 380 auto pistol with a 15-round capacity designed for reliable, everyday carry. Hey, it's the range rolling, and I just happen to have a Taurus 58 for review. Stick with me, and I will tell you all about it. This channel fully endorses the safe operation of firearms and that firearms must be handled responsibly at all times. Any firearm used for this presentation has been checked and rechecked to ensure safe manipulation of the firearm during any video production. According to Taurus,
a leader in innovative firearm design, is excited to announce the release of the Taurus 58, a modern aluminum frame 380 ACP pistol that blends reliability, shootability, and carry-friendly design. With a 15-round capacity and refined ergonomics, the Taurus 58 is purpose-built for users seeking a lightweight, double, and single-action handgun that doesn't compromise on features or performance. The Taurus 58 brings together smart design, modern materials, and high capacity to offer an ideal option for everyday carry and range use alike. This new addition to the Taurus lineup reflects the company's ongoing dedication to innovation, safety, and delivering firearms tailored to real-world needs.
One of the things that I like to do for a review is to look at claims made by a manufacturer and see if those claims are valid. So, let me start with the key features, as stated by Taurus, and then find out if these are just the hype of marketing types or factually correct.
Despite its compact profile, the Taurus 58 delivers an impressive 15-round magazine capacity, an ideal blend of firepower and control in a concealed carry platform.
Well, I can't dispute the magazine capacity, as the Taurus 58 ships with two 15-round magazines, and they seem to be of good quality. Performance? We'll see about that during the range segment.
Engineered for strength and reduced weight, the aluminum frame offers durability without the added bulk. Perfect for all-day carry, the Taurus 58 keeps weight to a minimum while ensuring dependable performance.
Again, I can't dispute this claim. Taurus 58 is somewhat of a lightweight, considering its aluminum frame construction, coming in at 29.6 ounces unloaded. However, some might compare it to a polymer-framed Glock 42, which just weighs 13.76 ounces with an empty magazine, but that is with a 10-round magazine. Some may also want to compare it with a polymer-framed Ruger Security 380 that weighs in at 19.7 ounces with an unloaded 15-round magazine. The additional weight of the Taurus 58 over very lightweight polymer frame pistols can be an advantage during live fire. However, I'll see about that also during the range segment.
The DA/SA trigger offers versatility for a range of carry and shooting styles, delivering a smooth, deliberate first pull in double action and a crisp, clean break in single action.
I have to agree. The DASA trigger does offer versatility for a range of carry and shooting styles. Double action trigger pull weight came in at 8+ pounds and did deliver a smooth, deliberate first pull in double action. Single action trigger pull weight registered 5 pounds 8 ounces with the digital trigger pull gauge and has a crisp, clean break. Trigger reset is what one would expect from a DASA trigger. Not perfect, good enough for the intention of the pistol. Self-defense.
Designed for left and right-handed shooters alike, the ambidextrous safety and decocker offer added control and convenience without compromising the slim profile.
The ambi-manual safety is designed for left and right-handed shooters. No argument there. If you are familiar with the Beretta 92 safety system, you will feel right at home with the system of the Taurus 58. Now, I don't know about the slim profile. Taurus 58 has an overall width of 1.61 inches, and that puts it much wider than many polymer-framed 380 pistols. But, for me, the grip width is a plus in my hand, which favors a full grip, and the Taurus 58 feels very good in my hand.
Featuring an integrated front sight and a drift-adjustable rear, the Taurus 58 is range-ready out of the box, while also accommodating fine-tuned accuracy preferences.
The sights are very similar to the Beretta 92 with the 3 white dot system. Even with my old eyes, the dots are easily viewed. While the front sight is integral to the slide, at least the rear sight is drift adjustable. Accuracy, however, is in the hands of the beholding, the hands that be holding the grip.
Choose the look that fits your style. Whether it's the sleek tactical profile of black or the timeless durability of stainless steel, the Taurus 58 is offered in finishes to match personal taste.
The Taurus 58 is offered in 2 finishes. Although offered with a stainless steel slide, I prefer black on black. All right, enough of that. From here on, I talk about what Taurus does not mention with their features. Original Taurus PT58s and their newer Model 58 are interesting pistols. For those not familiar with these guns, it wouldn't be a stretch to assume that they are modeled after the original Beretta Model 84 Cheetah. After all, there's an obvious Italian-based design inspiration in the Model 58, and not to mention the fact Taurus also employed a Beretta-like straight blowback action. Both the Taurus Model 58 and its PT58 predecessor, in comparison, are larger than the Beretta Model 84 Cheetahs, grip, frame, and width-wise. Model 58s are the same size as standard PT92s, or Beretta's famed Model 92. Model 58s are also only shorter in overall length, which can be best summarized as a 380 ACP Centurion, if comparing to Beretta's previous themes. As previously stated, The Taurus Model 58 is based on the Taurus PT92. It shares the exact style of full-size grip. The bottom portion of its backstrap has a curved hump meant to fill the lower portion of the shooting hand's palm. Another standout detail is that the front strap does not have a small concave lip at the bottom. It's straight from magwell to trigger guard. Both the front and back strap possess a series of milled vertical mini serrations to provide a rudimentary amount of traction. The left and right sides of the grips are covered by basic plastic stocks with Taurus's logo. The thumb safeties, trigger bar, trigger, magazine release, slide stop, and takedown lever all have the same matched polished look as the aluminum frame. It is only the Model 58's hammer, its stocks, and its rear sight that are black. Naturally, the Model 58's open-top slide follows the same pattern as the PT92. It has a fixed front sight that matches the same finish of the slide, along with the same type of rear slide serrations found on the PT92. These are coarser and have more spacing apart compared to the Beretta 92s. They do work well and are easy to pinch. The left rear side of the Model 58 slide has recesses for the pistol's ambidextrous thumb safety. The Model 58 includes Taurus's signature dual-function frame-mounted combination of thumb safety levers. This ambidextrous thumb safety allows the end user to carry the Model 58 cocked and locked. As a carry alternative, it can be carried in Condition 0, relying on the longer and heavier double-action trigger pull, like a Beretta 92G or the classic Sig Sauer P226. Finally, the levers can be fully pressed downward to decock the hammer. Otherwise, the Model 58 functions identically to any other 90 series pattern Beretta pistols and Taurus clones via its manual of arms. Unlike the PT92, however, Model 58 does not use a locking block system to cycle 380 ACP ammunition. It's a straight blowback pistol, simplest of self-loading mechanisms that relies on simple physics, since everything has an equal and opposite reaction. The rearward force generated by a fired cartridge directly and immediately cycles the pistol. The Model 58's 4-inch barrel sits fixed in place between the slide and frame, and because of cartridge case blowback, the recoil spring acts independently of the barrel. Simply put, this means that the combination of mass from the slide and spring tension holds everything in place when the Model 58 is locked and loaded. The Model 58 uses its own double-stack 380 ACP specific magazines. Virtually, they appear quite thinner, as they're shorter to handle 380 ACP ammunition. Not only is it physically impossible to load a 9mm cartridge into these magazines, it is also physically impossible to try and ram an improperly loaded Taurus 58 magazine with a 9mm cartridge through the magazine well. Redundant safety features, like these on this pistol, make a lot of sense, given that it is hard to identify the pistol as a 380 ACP only by merely looking at it. A user's manual specific to the Model 58 is not available. Rather, Taurus references the Taurus 92 Supplement Instruction Manual. Disassembly and assembly of the Taurus Model 58 is very similar to that of the Beretta 92 and Taurus 92 pistols, and I need not go into detail of that in this review of the Taurus Model 58. But will simply show the manual's page depicting disassembly. With range time with the Tisas Fatih 380 behind me, I somewhat knew what to expect from the Taurus 58, or at least expected to expect. But the Taurus Model 58 is somewhat of a different animal. I must insert a note of caution here. Although 380 plus P ammunition is available, Taurus advises not using it, and if used, use sparingly. So, what can one expect when handling and shooting the Model 58? First of all, you have a full gripping area, which means that you can get all digits of the firing hand on the grip, and there is ample space for the support hand to assist. Second, feel free to use the decocker at any time. From a single-action firing condition, the safety decocking levers are easy to move into the down decock position, which drops the hammer to the safety notch, and which, by the way, is a classic way to carry a pistol like the Model 58. The spring-loaded safety decocking lever will automatically return to the middle fire position. During a shooting session, the safety decocking levers are easy to move into the up safe position, thus placing the pistol in a cocked and locked condition. Although there is not a staging point per se for the hammer, it can easily be staged in double action mode. If the hammer is at rest, pulling the trigger slightly to the rear forces the hammer into a safety notch. Further movement of the trigger moves the hammer to the rear that, at any point, can be stopped by holding the trigger. To complete the pull stroke, simply pull the trigger until the hammer falls. That, consequently, will place the pistol in the single action mode after the pistol fires and the slide completes its cycle. With all that said, let's pick up on the shooting. It should be noted that stuffing 15 rounds into the magazines is not possible. 14 rounds? Yes, with no problem. I ended up chambering the top round from the magazine, removing the magazine, topping off the magazine, reinserting the magazine into the pistol, and then decocking to give me 15 rounds to work with. In short, for Taurus to state that it has a capacity of 15 rounds is misleading. 14 plus 1 rounds of capacity would have been more truthful. The grip feels great in the hand. The raised portion of the back strap falls nicely into the fleshy part of the palm and provides a very good gripping sensation. The 4-inch barrel with its long sight radius is welcomed over a shorter barrel with a very short sight radius. The 3-dot sighting system, although somewhat small, provides a classic sight picture that many will be familiar with. The double-action trigger pull is long, and transitioning to a single-action trigger pull may take some getting used to. The weight of the Model 58 definitely helps to reduce felt recoil. Not that there is much felt recoil from the 380 cartridge in the first place. Thanks to the fairly light recoil spring, manipulating the slide should not present a problem for those with compromised hand strength. The external extractor seems to be doing a good job of ridding the pistol of expended shells. The Taurus Model 58 operated without flaw. No FTFs, no FTEs. Magazine changes were quick, and the magazine release button released them without issue. At first, hits on the target were low to point of aim. After warming up, however, both for the pistol and me, hits were starting to fall into place. For the first time ever with the Taurus Model 58, I am somewhat both disappointed and elated with the accuracy of the Model 58. I am going to take more trigger time with it and see if accuracy improves. While body shots were taking a while for me to determine where to hold, headshots fell in nicely for the most part, while hitting slightly left of my aiming point at the center of the forehead. With a more measured point of aim, I may be able to get headshots where I want them. Now, let me get to my final thoughts. The Taurus Model 58 closely approximates that of the Beretta 84, but better. Its closest modern competitor with regard to styling is the Tisas Fatih 380, a firearm that I have previously reviewed and have provided a link to that review should you be interested. While compact, the Model 58 is not as compact as some 380 pistols in the marketplace and is comparable in size to many 9mm pistols. However, the size and 15-round magazine capacity might place it above some 380 auto pistols. And speaking of size, the Taurus Model 58 exhibits a grip size, which those who have experience with the Beretta 92 M9 or a Taurus Model PT92 or PT99 will be familiar with, as the grip is the same as on the aforementioned pistols. In fact, what sets the Model 58 aside from the aforementioned pistols, aside from caliber, is the 4-inch barrel. Could the Model 58 be called a Model 92 Corto, an Italian word for short? The drawback of the Taurus 58, and one that I consider major, is the lack of magazine availability at the time of this review. Although the Taurus 58 comes with 2 magazines, one always wishes for more to have for carry, backup, or just to have on hand. Although the Taurus Model 58 is an excellent pistol, the lack of magazine availability leads me to not recommend the 58, unless you can be satisfied with just the 2 provided magazines. Magazines are among the leading cause of pistol malfunctions. To have additional magazines cannot be overstated. To be honest at this point, I would rather have the Sig Sauer P365X Macro in my hand with a 17-round magazine, or a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 with a 12-round magazine, of which magazines are readily available for purchase over the Taurus 58, of which I cannot purchase additional magazines. Classic styling aside, this is one case where other pistols rule, even if magazine capacities are less than desired, and that's my thought about that. Fortunately, or unfortunately, if you will, this Taurus 58 is mine, and the challenge with finding spare magazines will continue, or the pistol will be traded or sold. Well, that wraps up another chapter in the Range Ronin Chronicles. I hope that you enjoyed the presentation. I hope to present more firearm and firearm-related reviews, and I look forward to you being here for them. Until we meet again, take care of yourself, be vigilant, be armed, and be safe wherever your journeys take you.